please.
Indian officials have said that there are other countries that are buying Russian oil.
It's okay.
Like China, for instance,
It's
buys
okay.
more.
Yeah.
Why are you singling India out?
The United States has turned its sharpest trade weapon on India. President Donald Trump's administration doubled tariffs on Indian goods to 50%, the steepest duty imposed on any country in the world. The additional 25% penalty is being justified as punishment for India's continued purchase of Russian oil. But Washington has made no similar move against China or Europe, both far larger buyers of Moscow's crude and gas. Speaking to NBC, Vice-President JD Vance admitted to the strategy.
The president has applied aggressive economic leverage, for example, the secondary tariffs on India to try to make it harder for the Russians to get rich from their oil economy. He's tried to make it clear that Russia can be reinvited into the world economy if they stop the killing, but they're going to continue to be isolated if they don't stop the killing.
China's actually the largest buyer of Russian oil.
They're close. They're about equal.
Why no sanctions on China?
Well, obviously, we have a 54% tariff on the PRC right now. So we've already applied pretty hefty sanctions on the Chinese.
However, India has not budged. India's External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, has called the tariffs unjustified, unreasonable, and unfair. He points out the double standards. Europe continues buying Russian LNG. China is the single biggest crude importer. Yet it is India that is being targeted.
It's funny you have people who work for a pro-business American administration accusing other people of doing business. Okay, that's really curious. But here's the point. If you have a problem buying oil from India, oil or refined products, don't buy it. Nobody forced you to buy it. But Europe buys, America buys. So you don't like it, don't buy it.
India's envoy to Moscow, Vinay Kumar, has been equally clear. Indian companies, he said, will buy oil from wherever they get the best deal. Energy trade, he stressed, is a commercial decision, and India's top priority is securing reliable supplies for 1.4 billion people. He reminded critics that America and European companies still maintain trade with Russia, and he added that India's cooperation with Russia has actually helped stabilize global oil markets. The tariff escalation has strained New Delhi-Washington ties. A scheduled visit by US trade negotiators this week was cancelled. Talks on a broader trade deal remain frozen, with India refusing to open its agricultural and dairy sectors. Analysts warn the tariff blow could shave 0.8% points off India's growth this year and the next. But New Delhi insists that its decisions will always be guided by national interest and strategic autonomy. Despite US pressure, India-Russia trade is growing. Both sides now use settlement systems in national currencies to bypass Western financial sanctions. Indian exports remain limited, but Moscow is opening new space for Indian goods, textiles, autos, electronics and fintech. President Vladimir Putin is expected in New Delhi later this year, and India has made it clear expanding ties with Russia is part of its long-term strategy, not a temporary workaround. For India, the message is simple. Energy security for 1.4 billion people comes before Western pressure. New Delhi will buy oil where it gets the best deal and will not compromise on national interest.